Hello, and thank you for tuning in. You are tuned in to The Encourager, and want to talk about Kundalini, sexual fluid retention, masturbating, and how all of this, when managed properly, can actually help you ascend, okay, and elevate your energy. And it's spiritual energy. I'm not talking scientific. Although the pineal gland, that's a real deal. I mean, you can, again, look at anatomy. There is a pineal gland inside your head, at the top of your spine, your vertebrae, at the bottom of your skull. Okay, that not the Kundalini, but that connects to your third eye. Okay, so what is Kundalini? So in Hinduism, Kundalini is a form of divine feminine energy. Okay, this energy is believed to be located at the base of our spine, which is where our root chakra is. That root chakra is red. Okay, right? That root chakra, if you drill a hole from the base of your tailbone, okay, or the base of your vertebrae, through your body, you will find out that that hole comes out on the other side, on the front side, somewhere around your pubic area. You will find that out, right? You can stand up and see that, okay? So that is the source of your Kundalini energy. Okay. With that Kundalini energy, you have two other chakras in your lower chakra area. You have a sacral chakra, or at least of the main seven. You have a sacral chakra, which is located below your belly button, and you have a solar plexus chakra, which is located just below your rib cage or your sternum. Okay. So, how does Kundalini, or Kundalini awakening, or Kundalini meditation, how is this associated with our sex drive, and where does retention come in? So fluid retention, sexual fluid retention, sperm retention, and whatever woman's fluid is called, right? But how do those two come together? So, okay. Your sacral chakra is your sexual energy. Okay, that is what your sacral is. So your foundation is your base. That's your ground. Okay, that's, again, at the bottom of your vertebrae. Right? We have 33 vertebrae. It was 313 when I looked at the clock. I'm telling you, threes are it's the 23rd today. Threes are just glaring today, glaring through the angel number readings this morning, and it continues. When we're wanting to experience this Kundalini awakening, or how to recognize it, maybe you've gone through it or you've experienced it, but you didn't know what it was, okay? Often in the body, we experience this through a number of different ways. It could be painful, it could be shaking, jerking, or spasms, right? So I know for me, when I am heavy into my meditation, my left side, especially like my arm, which is where the umbilical cord was wrapped around when I was a child, it's very interesting to look up the spiritual meaning of an umbilical cord being wrapped around your arm. And you can look up what it means to be wrapped around your left arm, your right arm, or your neck. For me, the umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck and my left arm. That is extremely important for me, for what I am doing and purpose for which I was birthed here. Okay, I have looked those meanings up, and I have birthmarked and it goes literally from my shoulder all the way down to the very end of my fingers on my left arm. And it's a light-skinned, looks like webbing, all on my left arm. Okay, so So when I am deep, deep, deep into meditation, and I am astral traveling or jumping timelines, right? I often experience this strong jerk or something in my left arm, right? And it can get so strong to where I have to ball up in like kind of like a feeble position because it gets so uncontrollable. Okay? There's something literally just came into my throat. That's weird, right? And so, yeah, that has to definitely do with like something I'm saying, truth I'm saying, something. But it didn't stop me from speaking. So I don't know if that was, I don't know if that's evil eye or something that someone's sending to me. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's Most High confirming something. But anyway, so with your Kundalini energy, this is what I do. And all I can do is share the techniques that I use that have helped me. And that's really all that anyone can do. Okay? So, this is how I came into the Kundalini awakening. Okay? First of all, I had heard about it, just like you probably, if this is the first time you're hearing about it. Okay? And then I started to find the frequencies. I used YouTube, find the frequencies that would awaken or have me awaken my Kundalini or go through the Kundalini awakening. What I do, I'm a very good imaginer. I am very, very good at imagining and very, very strong at imagining. That's how I manifest things, is with my imagination. Okay? And so, thank you, motorcycle. Right? It's time to go. And so, or move. And so, with that, I began to do these Kundalini awakenings. And at first, I did not understand the relation between Kundalini and sexuality or sexual energy. Okay? But I did research. Okay? And I found out that when you take your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra, and you retain that energy, meaning you are not having sex. Okay? At least for a period of time. Okay? It could be a week. Go a week without it. Retain that energy. That means no masturbating. Retain that energy. Come from, thank you. And then, during that week, doing Kundalini meditations. And again, you can find Kundalini frequencies and vibrations and meditations and all that stuff right here on YouTube. Okay? And you send this energy, using your imagination, send this energy from those locations back up the 33 vertebrae in your body and to your pineal gland. And you imagine this as you're meditating, you imagine this energy going up. I did not understand why I was starting to get an erection. But then I found out, and I already knew that the sacral is where your sexual energy comes from. It's where your creative energy comes from, your ideas and all of that. This is why I am such a proponent of the Nikola Tesla thought today in regards to being celibate and helping you to be more focused. Okay? Because releasing that energy too often clouds that. It makes you tired. It does all sorts of things to you. Okay? And so, as I began to experience this erection, one time in particular, I had a true confirmation with that pow, bang, I don't even know what that was. I had a true intimate experience with Most High. Okay? And that experience helped me to better understand what happens when we are willing to forego the temptations of man. And that's even if you're married. Go a time without it. That's even if you're married. If you're married and they don't want to, well, then I don't know what to say. If you want to be spiritually awakened and they don't, I don't know what to say. I don't want to advocate divorce, but I tell you what, if someone doesn't want to go where I want to go, it's time out. I don't care what the relationship is. It's time for a break. And I mean a break like break, not break like a break and then come back together, right? Again, that's just me. That's just how passionate I am and dead set on meeting every single prophecy, goal, or anything else that's on my life. Understanding that I have the free will to choose to do so. Okay? So with your Kundalini awakening, this is going to help you to better understand yourself and not depend on other people for your satisfaction. Okay? I recorded this video earlier and then decided not to post it because there were other things I wanted to share. So I remember this King of Queens episode when Carrie was trying to convince Doug that they needed to go on a sex break. And he obviously was not for it. The King of Queens is also one of those shows that emasculates men. It makes men look like dumbasses, right? Because it paints men to be sex-crazed, idiotic morons who do stupid-ass shit, easily misled, manipulated by their friends. Football, sex, and laying on your ass is all that the King of Queens shows us a man is about. That's really all it showed us with comedy. But that's all it showed us. And there are other shows. According to Jim, Married with Children, there's all sorts of shows that just show that men are just dumbasses and only care about sex. All the time. And they're sex-crazed dogs is the way that these sitcoms paint us. It's true. Okay? However, I'm proving that wrong. This is my third sin of celibacy, bitches. Right? So sex does not control this man. Sorry. So understanding how your Kundalini energy, again, that flows from your lower chakras, how that, if retained, can help you awaken and ascend to higher levels spiritually. And it cleanses your energy. Right? So you've heard me talk about sage, Palo Santo, candles, salt baths, right? Kundalini energy and retaining your semen and that it helps with that. Okay? If you want to know, if you are someone who's extremely active, I remember listening to a woman who shared her journey through she was a serial masturbator, and she shared her journey with how she couldn't figure out why she would wake up feeling one way, but then after she said she was like 4 and 5 times a day. She would do this. She couldn't figure out why her day would just fall apart. Right? Even opportunities, they would just fall apart that day. Because your Kundalini energy is a part of your confidence. It's part of your sacral chakra. The reason why the reason why an individual runs around at 14:33 when I look down at the timer, the reason why people have multiple sex partners is because they have low self-esteem. I'm going to say it again. The reason why people have multiple sex partners is because they have low self-esteem. I didn't learn that from reading a narcissistic book. I know that because that's divine wisdom. People who have multiple sex partners or feel like they can't live without sex, those people have low self-esteem. If you want to find someone who believes in themselves and someone who is fully confident in themselves, someone who walks in their own confidence from their solar plexus, find someone who's not sexually active. By choice. By choice. Find someone who's not sexually active by choice. You will find out that that person is the most genuinely confident. Because you can have false confidence. Because someone else can provide you false confidence. Right? If you were closely connected with the current president, former president, you might feel confident, right, in being connected to one of them. But you're really not. They actually have the power. You don't have any. You're just tagging along. Right? You're just leeching off their energy. Okay? So people who are overly sexually active or have multiple partners, they have low self-esteem. They use sex to help that. But it doesn't. Because all they're doing is releasing their Kundalini, when in fact they need to be retaining that to help them ascend and heal their sacral chakra, their solar plexus chakra. That's what they need to be doing. Okay? And so I encourage you, if you've never done a Kundalini meditation, I encourage you to go on YouTube and find a Kundalini meditation. In fact, I'll post the one that I use. I'll include it in the description in this video. I'll go find that one and I'll include a link. But I encourage you to do this. This Kundalini awakening and temporary retention of your sexual fluids is going to help your ascension and healing so much. Okay? Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Nehru. You've been tuned into The Encourager. And thank you so much again, as always, and tune in again soon.